Oh gosh, this is beautiful. It is deep. Oh, this must be where the swimming hole is. Check this out. This is interesting. Oh, I thought them were teeth. So it's just me, or does it smell like dog or something down here? Oh, there's a big rock outcropping right down there. By them trees, it just goes straight down.
A little more.
But this is a beautiful view. I don't know if it's $1 million view or not, but you got the pine, beautiful place to have a cup of coffee or some cocktails. This adds value to a home. Hey guys, Kapper here. Welcome back. In part one, we looked at this home, which literally sits above this Pine Creek. I've also heard it called Pine River. Anyways, part two, we're going to check out the land. And yes, that's going to include getting down here to this Pine Creek and checking it out, because I'm going to tell you it's beautiful. So for today's episode, we're going to check out this 187-acre Southern Missouri farm, the land portion. If you missed part one, I will link it in the description below. So let's get some fresh air on this February winter day, Southern Missouri, and explore this property. Thanks. Septic looks like a homemade job or do, but gutters, yeah. Yeah, I think it. I don't think it. The rehab got a new one of them. Oh. Pretty rocky. Yes, it is. If I go down and dislocate one of my hips, you're going to be pulling on it.
22, we'll get you back up here.
If I yell and say pull on that leg, you better be pulling. Sure is pretty though. Looks like they might have a path, but it gets really steep really fast, so I don't think I'm going to try and get all the way down there. I don't think I'm going to try and get all the way there. So this is a real good point to bring up if you've watched the channel and you've been along with our land management projects, just how important a good road system is. None of us is getting any younger, and to be able to afford a property like this, you need to be able to get around on it. So even though this is an old walking path, it gets really rocky and really steep right here, so I can't even get to it. So we got this beautiful creek right in front of our eyes that we would have ownership of. Actually, the line is like the middle of the creek, but you can't even get to it right here. So just food for thought. I'm going to turn around and we're going to hike back up, but we are going to find another way down to this creek, and I'm going to tell you it's beautiful. All right, we're going to take a ride around the property. Here's some storage. You know, I definitely need storage. Currently, I got a 40 by 100 barn on our Illinois farm that we are selling. Got 2 tractors, an excavator, and all kinds of other equipment and stuff. So it's important to have the storage for that to keep them out of the weather. But the property, it looks beautiful. It looks stunning. Beautiful sunny day. You're going to see how pretty it is. But there's a lot to consider here because it is a cattle farm. A lot of mowing. I mean, just keeping the driveway edges mowed here. I mean, this thing has to be at least a mile long. It winds in and out, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind maintaining gravel, but there's a ton of mowing just like from the get-go. So anyways, let's check out these fields in the woods and get down to the creek and enjoy some of this fresh air. You want to hike it or you want to try it? What's that? Oh. I guess we'll hike. At least I will, anyways.
I think I might exceed the weight capacity.
Yeah. This looks like a DIY fabricated road bed here. Oh, this must be where the swimming hole is.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys could. What's that yellow cage there?
Huh?
What's that yellow cage?
I don't know.
Wow, right here, this creek has got to be at least 130, 150 yards across. A yellow cage of some kind down there.
Some sort of trash.
Oh, that's weird. Just a piece of trash.
Either that or some kind of bee trap or something. I like this road. This is pretty slick. But this is what I'd be doing if you got that other property. Nice size white oak it looks like. Oh, that's all straight up rock ledge on the other side there. Sweet. Looks like their trail goes a ways. Oh man, now this is cool right here. That's all rock, straight up. Yeah, I gotta get to that island. A bunch of shells. Check this out. Property line is this creek, so I don't know if it's in the center of it or how they do it, but this must be the swimming hole. So when you're looking at buying property, features like this are kind of game changers, I guess. What I'm saying is if you have a feature like this that you'd have ownership in, or at least part ownership in, it would add financially to a shortcoming somewhere else, whether it be the home, the location of the land, or whatever. So stuff like this that's just super unique, super beautiful, does add more weight to the value of the property, even though you can't, like on an appraisal, like say, okay, it's got a creek front, so now it's going to be worth another $200 an acre. It's not quite like that. It's just mostly intrinsic, but it does add a lot more weight to the rest of the property and kind of helps to balance out. If it does have shortcomings that you might not like or you might have wanted something different, this might tip the scale in your favor of selecting a property like this one. Just food for thought. Plenty of gravel. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. It is deep. Oh, it goes, I could see probably 6 foot down and then it goes. Check that out, man. I wonder, but look at how deep it is.
Yeah.
This would, you could see it filling back in.
It almost looks like someone took their backhoe down here.
Well, it'd have to have been a big backhoe.
That's a deep hole. I've never seen one that big on this size of a creek.
That is, we could probably see at least 6 feet, and down there it's pitch black. Oh, that's cool.
That's an ideal swimming hole.
Sweet.
It gets like probably 6 foot deep right out here. You can get across right there. Should buy swimming trunks.
Man, I'm tempted to jump in there. Serious.
You see that this is the ice plunge or whatever is kind
of
now on Facebook.
I'll jump in there. Well, you can get through that one there anyways. So down here it follows the creek a little ways yet, or does it cut back in? I see.
Kind of follow along. So it looks like straight across down about right here is where the creek.
Where it ends at the creek.
Is this part?
Oh, so it is part that second
Yeah,
one.
so this second parcel follows right along the creek as well. So it's got a pretty long line of creek frontage down through there.
30 steep where it drops off.
That's still part of the property. It looks like there's kind of the cabin.
Right. So everywhere the field edges end and the woods begin, you got a pretty steep drop off. You got a beautiful mix of hardwoods and pines though. A lot of wet weather creeks in here. A lot of different terrain, a lot of varied terrain. Obviously, you got some really nice elevation changes. It's a beautiful property, although it's a cattle farm right now. So you'd really, with whatever acreage you got in these open fields, you're starting from scratch on transforming it into a different kind of property if that's what you wanted to do. Or you got to get someone in here to cut the hay off of it, or you got to mow it. That's a lot of work, with a cattle farm, but it's beautiful. These ridges and valleys are really pretty. So let's keep going on the tour. Go, first one. Oh, a pair. Oh, yes. Look at that. First sheds. It had to be in Missouri on someone else's property. Well, that's good luck, ain't it?
I say it would be.
We got a little 8-pointer.
Yeah. Huh.
You want to give them to the reeler? We usually got a rule that the property owners get to keep them unless it's like, kids and little ones. So I bought something like this. So this is all border. Yep. All right, so it kind of goes without saying, but you definitely want to check out your neighboring properties. So this is on a gravel road. It's at least, I think, 3 or 4 miles till you hit blacktop. So everything on the right here is part of this property, but as you're going to see on this tour, and earlier in my truck, I saw a lot of beer cans in the road. I saw a lot of purple markings, which in and of itself ain't bad, but on one of these spots on the fence line on the right, you could see where like deer would go in there, and they actually had purple plastic flagging there. I mean, you gotta wonder if every little opening there's gotta be purple flagging there, which means no trespassing. You gotta kind of wonder, like, okay, is there or has there been a problem with trespassing here? Look at how pretty this river is to the left. Not sure if it's the same creek. I assume it is, or at least the creek runs into that river. But right up here, we're looking for the property corner of the 187, and then we'll kind of see what's right next door. See, I mean, this would be a great food plot, but you can't have on my road like this. You just yeah, there's a fence right there. This is the bottom far side. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it looks like you could probably cut up there, but it's saying Aaron, this would be great food plot down here. But there you got the road, and here you got your neighbor's driveway right here. Well, I bet you they just cleaned that power line, because they did that by us and they flagged it the exact same way, and it looks fresh. They probably just cleaned that. This is all private, but doesn't this look exactly like that bottom of the airport house?
Branson, yeah.
It looks, that was the first thing I thought of. All right, so now we're coming back into the property. We're going to check out this property line, the south end on this map. Check out these woods and the driveway and kind of the neighboring property right in this area. Nice ditches here, potentially could be deer hunting spots, but let's check it out. So ain't that the house back there? Oh, it's the same owner. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's just a different parcel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This one is pretty close to what pretty much exactly what it looked like. And it goes down into them woods a ways. Right? Yeah, pretty good chunk. Probably 15 acres maybe. 15 acres or so down that holler down there. He'd wait. Can't believe we found antler shed.
Shooting lanes in through there.
Yeah. About a 15-acre chunk over there. That's pretty remote on that side. I'd say the two shortcomings, the house being small and kind of the road in the neighborhood. And too much pasture ground. But we're willing to start over. I mean, this could be I could have 8 or 9 deer towers and deer food. All right, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for sticking it out till the very end. So I saw several of these interesting signs along the neighboring properties. And of course, as you look at it, it's like, okay, this sign is telling me somebody committed a felony on a neighboring property, or several of them, because I saw several of these signs. Now, that could have been somebody illegally logging, which is fairly common, although it could have been someone that burned a house down there. You don't know. So from part 1 and part 2, the neighborhood was kind of rough. A lot of beer cans and litter along the roads, which in and of itself isn't anything, but we're putting the package deal together. This was absolutely our favorite one that we wanted to look at. And once you got on the farm, it was beautiful. There's no doubt. It beautiful rolling hills, cattle pastures, woods mixed in. We saw a lot of deer on the property. Of course, the Pine Creek, where you can just park a chair down there and escape from life. But the overall deal and the house was literally half the size of what we had hoped it was. I think it's because the way they figured the basement into the square footage. They said it was 2,200 square feet, which we assume would only be on the top level. And then when you got a basement, you double that. In this case, that's not the case. So the house was too small. It had a rehab, but it still needed some work. The property was probably 3 or 4 miles till you hit gravel. A lot of litter around the area, some kind of red flag signs, if you will, based on the first and second episode. If you watched them, you kind of saw those warning signs. So we're going to opt to hold off and pass on this one. It's already been on the market a year. They just relisted it, but it is a beautiful farm. There's no doubt. It's a very nice farm. And if someone's looking for something like this, I wish you the best of luck. So thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up to you on the next one. Thanks a lot. This is interesting. Oh, I thought them were teeth. I was going to say, them ain't no cattle teeth.